Okay, my aunt was basically disowned after what happened, and then she was told she couldn't show up to my b-day, but she came anyway, seeing as my mom wasn't in the mood to deal with her. She let it be. But that was when she started acting up. She accidentally poured her drink on me and my siblings, then demanded that I get her another. Later on she came into my room when I was with my friends and told me to help her get food or she would tell my mom I was doing drugs in my room. Not wanting to do it, I told her to do it herself. She said nothing and went away. Near the end it was time to open gifts. My nice aunt didn't know what a 16-year-old wanted, so she gave me b-day money. I swear my evil aunt's face lit up seeing the money and not wanting to deal with it. I put it in my dad's old safe he gave me before he moved. Then when I got my gift from my dad, a new airsoft G36C, my aunt grabbed at it and my dad told her to stop, and my aunt just kept screaming about how guns are dangerous and she was doing me a favor by taking it and giving it to her irresponsible 12-year-old child. My mom was done with her sister. The following conversation happened. Why are you doing this? You weren't even invited. Yeah, I was saving your son from gun violence. You should be thanking me. By giving it to your 12-year-old boy who cuts up wires to a plugged-in computer. Absolutely not. Leave now. Yeah, but we are family. Not anymore. Jesus, you have been nothing but trouble since you showed up. Just leave now. Yeah, wait until my husband comes here. He will show you to turn down family like that. Leave now. Yeah, okay then, give me Puta b-day money. Me, how about you leave before my dad deals with you? Yeah, you are rude. She leaves but not before grabbing the whole fucking safe which contained my money and in my airsoft MK18 and as well as my grandfather's ashes. It was heavy and my dad caught up with her and grabbed it from her and told her to never come back ever again. And I heard later on she was taken to rehab after being caught with her drugs on her way back from my party. A few things first. 1. This is my first post on here. 2. I'm Finnish. English ain't exactly my first language. And 3. Formatting? Never heard of it. Anyways, on to the story, I guess. So this happened like 9 to 10 years ago when I was 7 or 8 years old. I was a scout back then and a part of a group which was, for the most part, filled with friends and people I knew. I was popular because back then I was social and easygoing. I was friends with everyone and everyone was friends with me and everyone else. But, as always, there's one exception to this. In all honesty, EK was a goddamn dumbass. He would yell, he would fight, he would make others cry. He did what he wanted. Back then I thought he was special ed and that's why I tried to be friends with him, but nope. Later in life, when we went to the same high school, I learned that he was just dumb. Like I said, that kid was a dumbass and would always be trying to get into fights with everyone. People were sick of it and in time, so was I. I don't remember clearly what the bastard did to deserve a shouting from me. He was probably harassing girls or hitting boys, but I fucking flipped on him. Now, at this time, he didn't take out his knife or begin to cry. Instead, he just stopped shouting and stopped whatever the hell he was doing. For the rest of the day he would just sit at the back of our cabin and just stare at me menacingly. So, let's skip a week ahead in time. It was the next scout session, don't know what else to call it, and things were going well. We were doing something time consuming, so everyone's attention was at the thing they were doing, whatever that was. Ek, of course, wasn't doing anything, and instead he decided it was better to run around the cabin. Scoutmaster / leader tried her best to stop the madness, but that only fueled Ek's rampage. While on his rampage, it didn't take long for him to find the door to the log cabin that was next to the main cabin, and when he did, well, shit hit the fan, hard. I was sitting next to the cabin and I could hear everything he did and said there clearly. EK, oh my. He started whispering from the log cabin. EK, hey Joel, me, come here for a secretary. At first I thought, what the hell is he doing now? But I soon became curious. He wouldn't stop whispering, and I kind of wanted to know what the bugger had found. So, like stupid goddamn kid I was, I went there. Me, yeah? What is it? EK, I got something to show you. After a bit of searching, I found him at the back of the cabin. Now, at this time, I thought he was going to apologize for being a dick to everyone, and I was quite ecstatic. I knew this would be a story I would milk the shit out of, something to brag to my friends. I was so intimidating that he apologized to me. Well, I got a story out of it, but not the one I was hoping. Me, what's ya got there, buddy? His back was turned against me, and I didn't see what he was hiding or doing. After I asked him what he was doing, he turned around. EK, you see this, Joel? I couldn't see what he had in his hand, but I saw his twisted grin. Me, I can't see it. Could you bring it closer? EK, sure. And now I saw it, a dull red handle knife. Eck, do you see it now, Joel? Now, at this point I said something along the lines of oh shit, or what the fuck, and booked it out there, with the fucker laughing maniacally behind me. I ran out of the log cabin into the main cabin and tripped. This diverted the leader's attention, who now noticed that Eck was gone, and that I was on the cabin floor, panicking. Leader, L, what's wrong Joel? Where's EK? Me, it's EK, that wanker's got a knife. Yep, I said wanker, that one I remember vividly. L, what? Me, he's trying to gut me. It took a moment for the leader to realize what was happening, but when she did, she ran into the log cabin, fuming. My friends came closer and asked me what had happened, but before I could answer them, I heard the leader scream at EK. L, what makes you think it's okay to threaten someone with a knife? EK, I wasn't, I was just showing it. L, well what makes you think you have any right to hold one without a supervisor? You could have not only hurt yourself, you could have hurt Joel. EK, I swear. L, get out of here. Go outside and wait for your mom to come pick you up. She then came back into the main cabin and told one of the other leaders to look after us. She then went outside with EK and waited for the mother to come pick the little devil up. Now, according to what I had heard the leader tell the others after this incident, the mother was fucking furious. A complete and utter EM, who tried to tell the leader that I was probably the aggressor and that I was a goddamn son of a bitch. At the time I laughed at this with my friends, but had I known she would come for me the next week, I wouldn't have been laughing. Now, a week after the incident, me and my friends were on top of the bridge you can see in front of the building. We were fucking around, doing dumb stuff, playing tag, stuff like that when suddenly, EM shows up. The conversation goes something like this. EM, which one of you is Joel? Me, here ma'am. EM, you're the one who bullied my darling. Me, what? I then noticed EK on the backseat, bullying his eyes out. Me, oh, you're EK's mom. Yeah, he tried to slice me with a knife. EM, HEWOLD never. She then went on to list some positive things about him, which seemed pretty bullshit to me and my friends. He's a gentleman, yet he harassed little girls. He's great at school, yet he couldn't be bothered to pay attention for a single second. That and he was a F&D student in high school, so he's got more friends than any of you. Yet he had somehow become an outcast in our scout group. I honestly got bored at her rambling and went back to playing with my friends. Some of them kept shouting at her, others ignored her. One of my friends, a girl I had known since kindergarten, started straight up roasting this 30-year-old woman. I can't remember what she shouted, but I remember Ina's reaction. EM, shut up you bitch, this ain't none of your business. Now this didn't stop my friend. In fact, it fueled her rage even more. Knowing what kind of woman her mother was, this didn't surprise me one bit. As time went on, one of the leaders noticed the commotion and came to check what's going on. EM noticed this and got out of there fast. After the leader asked us what had happened and we told him, he went and told the main leader, and she was furious. She went and straight up banned EK, a ban which was lifted just 3 years ago in 2016, when EK wanted back into the scout group. My career as a scout had already came to an end in 2011, so it didn't bother me until I started it again in the autumn of 2016 and had to cope with the dumbus again. But that's a story for another time, folks, if you want more, of course. Hey guys, this story is from 2 years ago. It happened around the time when I first moved to Vegas. I have a cousin who has 7 kids, and since I had just moved, and I hadn't seen them since the youngest was in diapers, Now this cousin also has a sister who has exactly one child. For that one kid she get food stamps, child support, and she doesn't fucking work. She is that type of person who trades their food stamps for cash and blows her money on stupid shit like trips to Cali and weed. She literally only cares about someone if she can use them. Mind you, my cousin with the 7 works her ass off. She is a little embarrassed that she gets government help because she feels responsible for having all 7 of her children. But no matter how hard she works, she makes enough for bills, and the food stamps she gets buys just enough food to last the month. Growing kids eat a lot. Mind you, I was 20 turning 21, and I always had hella money left over after every check. My bills were paid on time and I would help my mother from time to time. We visited the kids one day and the 3rd youngest told me that Christmas was coming, but he knows he wasn't going to get anything from Santa, but he is excited that they get to eat good food on Christmas. Kids live off of ramen and ravioli. This shattered my heart. All of her kids are well behaved for the most part and they deserved a good Christmas. I started asking them what they wanted. In order from oldest to youngest, Dax wanted headphones and a new sweater. Jen wanted a sweater and nail polish. Darren wanted a football and cake. Junior wanted a soccer ball and cake. Zed wanted Transformers and Power Rangers. Nana wanted My Little Pony. Jay wanted anything Paw Patrol. Names are changed, of course. So I talk to my cousin in Spanish, since the kids don't understand it yet, and I tell her how I will take Christmas off and how I want to take the kids for her. She looked like she wanted to cry. She thanked me and told me she would try to pay me back. I told her no. She stated she would pick up an extra shift because she still wanted to get them something. So I got paid and I gave myself a $40 limit per kid. I got each kid 2 big presents from Walmart, and with the remaining money, got them all small stuff from the dollar store. Her kids appreciate everything you get them. The 2 that wanted cake, they got cake. I even put a bow on that bitch and we hid it behind the milk and eggs in the fridge. Now I guess my cousin told her sister cause I got a call from her sister and this is how the conversation went. EC, entitled cousin. Me, obviously. GC, good child. His mom is a piece of shit but he isn't. EC, hey, Chris told me you were doing Christmas for her kids. Me, yeah, they are spending Christmas Eve at my house. Mom's cooking dinner and we open presents the next morning. EC, surely you have room for one more. Me, are you talking about GC? EC, of course I am. Me, alright NP. Drop him off Christmas Eve night so he can eat and watch movies, then pick him up the next morning. EC, no problem. Mind you guys, after buying the kids their presents and my parents there, I was a little broke. EC called me the day before Christmas Eve. So I scrounged what I could and got GC some dollar store toys. Christmas Eve comes and my mom picks up the 7 and brings them to the house. They are flabbergasted by the presents under the tree and in the stockings with their names. The older ones goofing about who got what. I wait for an hour or 2 and EC never brings GC. So we feed the kids and start watching movies. After about 3 movies all of the kids pass out to food comas. The next morning we wake and there is no word from EC. The kids start diving into their presents. Junior and Erin have some Christmas cake and they share with their siblings. Everything is in full swing. Then banging on the door. I open it and I'm not really happy. Me, why the fuck are you banging on my? Oh, it's you guys. Why didn't you bring GC last night? EC, watch your mouth. I got busy and we couldn't make it. Me, smelling bullshit and rolling my eyes. You've said worse stuff in front of GC. You want to commit? EC, sorry we don't have time. Can we just get his presents, his meal and go? Me, his meal? EC, yeah, your mom cooked. Me, yeah, last night. You were busy and the kids ate it all. EC, you didn't save GC a plate. Me, you never brought him, so no. EC, whatever, just give us his presents. GC looks like he wants to stay and play. I felt bad for the kid. I walked in and swam through wrapping paper till I got to GC's presents. They were small, so I put them in a gift bag. He opened them on my porch and his eyes lit up. GC, whoa, a ninja and a wrestler. Oh silly putty. I got a puzzle. I love this, thank you momo. I got a little glomp. I hugged him back and said Merry Christmas. EC, that's it? I gave her a look, trying to compose myself. Bitch meter rising. Me, what do you mean? EC, how much did you spend on them? Me, none of your business. EC, you know you are selfish. You bought him these cheap ass toys, so you could buy Crease and her kids all that shit. Let GC have one of each of their toys so it's fair. Bitch meter explodes. Me, are you insane? Closest door and covers GC's ears. It's Christmas, be glad I bought anything at all. You only ever call us when you want something. You rob your son of a good time cause you only care about yourself, it's not fair to him. You spend your money on bullshit when you have a whole child to care for. You only have one child, and because you milk your baby daddy, that poor soul pays hella money for his son, but you spend that money on your nails and weed. How about you act your age and be responsible for once? EC looked shocked. EC, who do you think you are? Me, a woman who didn't try to trap a man by getting pregnant on purpose. A woman who doesn't get assistance, but pays taxes, so lazy bitches like you can feed your kid. The woman that bought your kid Christmas presents because I wasn't selfish like his mother. EC looked like she wanted to hit me. She would have swung if my mom hadn't come outside. EC is intimidated by my mom. She takes GC and leaves. She ended up moving to Chicago to mooch off of her mother now. I hope GC is okay and that he doesn't pick up her horrid habits. If you enjoyed the stories, slap the like and subscribe button for more of them, and don't forget to support the original writers with an upvote. Links are in the description. Peace out, and catch you tomorrow.